Another thing we're waiting on the governor to sign is a bill banning the use of cell phones in schools on the Missouri side.
If he does, it would impact every school in the state.
That's right. KSHB 41 News reporter Marlon Martinez joins us live from Park Hill School District offices. Marlon, the district was in the process of implementing a new policy, but with this potential new law, that policy may have to change, right?
Yeah, that's right. And Park Hill's new policy would limit the use of cell phone for high school students, with the exception of times like lunch, passing periods, and breaks. Now, with this new bill awaiting for the governor's signature, that would ban cell phones from the start to the end of the day. So we're bringing you the voice of one parent of some of the concerns you might also relate to.
Parents want to be able to communicate with their kids.
Phones have become part of everyday life for students, but starting next fall, Park Hill School District will limit the use of them, whether the governor signs a new cell phone ban for schools into law or not.
We want them focused on coursework and working with their teachers and their peers, and we want that to not be a distraction for our kids.
The new policy was a result of months-long efforts by a task force created by the district, made up of parents, teachers, administrators, and students. The task force learned that 71% of students reported using their phones daily during instructional time. When you ask parents like Annie Watson, she supports more restrictions for students.
I think the idea of more limited cell phone use during class time is not a bad thing. Research shows pretty clearly that when our students don't have access to phones during class time, academic things, social emotional things all sort of improve.
Under the district's current cell phone policy, elementary and middle school students are restricted from using them at any time. The new policy is directed towards high school students who would be restricted from using phones during class with the exception of passing periods and lunch, an exception that will disappear if the governor signs Senate Bill 68. Like any new policy that could impact her student, Watson has some concerns, and safety is the top one.
I don't love the idea of cell phones being physically taken from my high school student.
We turned that concern over to the district to break down how that new policy will work. Kelly Waitrell says those plans are still being determined.
We're looking at how we want to store the phones in the classrooms, what that tiered discipline policy might look like, what student feedback around this, how do students want to help implement this in our classrooms and our schools.
While Watson questions whether this is the right solution.
I don't know that taking a phone away is actually like the right solution for such a complex challenge.
Now, if the governor signs this law, it would take 90 days for it to go into effect, meaning this will start in the beginning of the school year for all schools in Missouri. And now, I also spoke with Park Hill, and they told me that they're going to have to adjust their new policy to comply with the new state law. Back to you all.
All right, Marlon, thank you very much.